So what is up, fellow eBay sellers? In this video, we're going to talk about what will happen to your account if you have to cancel any sales during this coronavirus outbreak as a result of it. So if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Paul J. Lipsky, and when this coronavirus pandemic first started, I really wasn't intending to make any videos about it because I'm not an expert on it at all, but it has been impacting our businesses selling on eBay, selling on Amazon, dropshipping. Now, up until now, the impact has actually been more of a positive one. We're seeing a lot of people coming online to do their shopping, to look for those items that they're unable to buy in store. So we are seeing a big uptick in sales. But what we are also seeing is that we have to cancel some more orders than we would feel comfortable doing because our suppliers are running out of stock. Now, those items do come into stock. So what I've been encouraging my students to do is to adjust their handling and shipping times accordingly, and that has helped resolve the problem. But what if you get to the point where you do have to actually cancel an order? Then that's what I'm going to talk about today. Now, I will be talking about the coronavirus in this video a little bit because that's why this is happening. YouTube is letting me talk about it, but they don't let me monetize my videos if I do that, which is okay with me because I'm here to bring you guys the facts, and I can't beat around the bush and talk about this without talking about the virus itself. So just want to kind of give you guys a little bit of information there. So let's go into my computer and I'll show you what's been going on eBay. So eBay has recently said, so this is the first thing that I want to talk about, is that they are temporarily making it so that there are less customer service agents that you can talk to if you have a problem. So they said greatly reduced they said slightly reduced service staff. But what I have found is I've been calling a lot, just different times of the day, seeing if I can reach someone. And I have students that are doing that as well. And we're seeing that we can't reach anyone at all over at eBay. Also, just for some context, I'm a part of eBay's concierge program, which is a level of customer support that I get from eBay that's slightly better, I would say actually much better than the typical eBay representative that you call. And you get into that when you get a higher volume of sales. You have to be invited into it. Now, I was expecting that I would at least be able to reach an eBay representative over at eBay Concierge, but I've been unable to do that. So in the meantime, so they said that eventually what's going to happen is that they are going to let their customer service staff work from home. So hopefully that will work eventually so that if you have to call eBay, you will be able to do that. But what that will look like, we'll have to wait and see. So I'll have this page linked underneath this video. This is a great resource if you do need some help from eBay. They give you some great links here that you can use. So this page is fairly new to eBay, and the great thing about this is this one right here, it says request assistance. If you need help with feedback or defects on your account, that's the place to do it. Returns and refunds, you can also access those here. But we could already do that pretty easily. This new request assistance, it pulls up a page that looks like this, and it's really helpful if you need to appeal a defect, remove feedback, or report an issue with the buyer. That way you don't have to call into eBay to do that. And then there's also a link here for this general help that you can just search, and maybe your answer is here. The other thing that I think is really important during this time is to be a part of some sort of community, some sort of forum. There are a ton of Facebook groups out there. I have a private one just for members of my eBay dropshipping course, but there are a lot of free ones out there as well, and you can join them. That's a great place. If you need help with something, if you have questions, you can ask them in there. I know, like in my private group, people ask questions, and there's always people in there answering. I'm in there answering a lot as well. And the benefit of that is that a lot of times when you call eBay, you have a question that could easily be answered by someone who already has a lot of experience on eBay. So you just ask those questions to the right people, and they will be able to answer it for you. So that's just another little tip for all of you. Now, what happens if you do have to cancel an order? Well, eBay announced yesterday that they are providing seller protection during the coronavirus outbreak. So they said that you will not be penalized for being unable to carry out your usual operations. It says, we understand there may be situations where you can't get an item out the door as fast as normal, or you have to unexpectedly cancel an order. So in supporting your needs, your seller performance standards will not be negatively impacted, at least until the June 20th evaluation. So let me take a step back and break this down for you and explain to you what this means. On the 20th of every month, eBay evaluates your account. So they are going to check to see what seller level you fall under. So there's 3 levels. One's above standard. That one's the very best. Top rated seller is the very best. The next one down is above standard. And the last one is below standard. So it's just top rated, above standard, and below standard. Those 3. At the very least, you need to be above standard. If you fall below standard, that's when you start to run into some trouble. And if you really want to do exceptionally well, you get the top rated seller. But for dropshippers, there's not like a huge benefit or really any benefit to being top rated seller. So we just aim for above standard. Now, they evaluate whether you should be top rated, above standard, or below standard on the 20th of every month. So this is currently March 19th. There's an evaluation coming up tomorrow. And a lot of times you'll get an email about it, but only if you actually fall below standard or if you've been below standard and you're trying to get back above standard. So eBay is saying that you will not fall below standard during this time period. So you would fall below standard for multiple different reasons, things like canceled orders. It is a big one that will impact that. Or too many returns for item not described. That can impact it as well and have you fall below standard. And there are consequences to being below standard. So you do not want to fall below standard. So they are saying that during this time, they will not put you below standard. They will give you some time because they understand that things are happening. They do say, though, that if you were going to move up from, let's say, below to above or above to top rated seller, you'll still move up. You just can't move down during this time period. Now, the big question I have is, and it's not clear from this at all, which is pretty typical of eBay to say something like this, and it has a lot of holes in it. It's not fully explained, which is very, very typical of them, which is, okay, we're not going to be penalized now for canceling orders. But what if we have to cancel a bunch of orders now, and then down the line on June 20th, we're evaluated, and as a result of that, we then fall below standard then? I think the more fair thing to do is, if we have to cancel orders during this time period because of the coronavirus, then we should never be penalized for that. That should never be like a blight on our rating at all. I'm not sure if that's what they meant or not. It's not clear at all from this. But we have seen in the past that eBay has extended seller protection for different natural disasters. And so things like they had forest fires out in California, they had hurricanes in Florida and the South, and they've extended seller protection during that time period. And in those situations, any negative feedback that we received, any orders that had to be canceled, any late shipments, those are kind of wiped off of our record if you knew the right person to call at eBay. If you called into eBay and talked to the right person after asking a few times. So those were removed or any defects as well. Those are all removed so they wouldn't impact our seller performance standards. So I think that's more of what they meant. And in addition to that, they're not even going to evaluate our accounts until June 20th at the earliest. And they might even extend that later on. So that's really good news. That means that eBay kind of has our back here, and they understand that things aren't going as normal right now. Their operations are not normal right now. So if we do have to cancel orders, it does seem like it would be okay. I'm still not going to say that we are canceling the orders because you could say something wrong, like something's wrong with the buyer's shipping address, because that might well be the situation if carriers aren't going into those different areas. So kind of bad news that we can't reach eBay as easily as normal, but good news that they are providing the seller protection. So in a second, I'm going to go into the live chat and see if anyone has any questions about this, because I am broadcasting this live right now. But if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button. Like I said, this video cannot be monetized because we are talking about coronavirus, but that's not the reason I'm making it for you guys. I'm making it because this is really important information about eBay that I think really has to go out there. So if you guys want to support that, then I would appreciate if you smash the like button down below. All right, so let's go into the live chat real quick. I have to cancel a lot of orders on customers' requests, so that's fine to do. You just select that the customer asks to cancel it. Are you and your family okay? Yes, we are. We're doing fine. Good evening, Rich. Thanks for being here. Good evening, Lazy Abram. Thanks for being here. What's up, Ruben? Jeff says, back in the van. Yes, back in the van temporarily. Then we're back in the house for a little bit. All right, cool. So that's the update that I had. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I was not planning on making a lot of coronavirus-related videos when it first started happening, but being as this is a video that channel that talks about drop shipping, about e-commerce, about making money online and business, there's no way to avoid it at this point. So I just want to give you guys this information and provide it for you guys. So if you want to stay up to date on how this is impacting us drop shippers, and do consider subscribing to the channel, and let me know in the comments section if you have any questions about what's going on with this and how it's impacting us, and I will answer that during my next live Q&A. All right, thanks so much for watching. Everyone out there, stay safe. Bye for now.